Close your eyes. Is there a person there? Find the person who remembers all the stuff you remember. Do you see anyone there with a sign? Do you see a sign saying, oh, Ego's Palace, 2 doors to the left, next to the casino? Do you see any of that? Close your eyes and just look. Do you see anything? You see anything? You see anything, or is it like kind of like just empty or black, or like looking at space late at night? But isn't it true that although there's nothing there, you're aware of it? Isn't there awareness? Oh, so now there's nothing but awareness. Then you open your eyes and now there's still that awareness in some sort of world where everything comes to life. Notice how with your eyes open, what comes to life is here. Hey, all the dancing colors and people, right? Close your eyes. Where does it go? Sure, you can feel like you're still in this room because your senses are hooked up to your nervous system that says, I remember what the room I looked at a second ago looks like. But does it look the same? Not at all. Open your eyes. See, there's people, there's you supposedly, right? And there's a world. Close your eyes. No individual person, no world, yet there's awareness. So which one's temporary? Awareness isn't temporary. You close your eyes, you open your eyes, awareness is still there, right? You're aware of what you see when your eyes are open, you're aware of what you see when your eyes are closed. Awareness is there always. So what is true is what is always there. What does not change in time. Even when your eyes are open, isn't it true that the body you call your own is changed in time? Child, infant, toddler, adolescent, right? Changes in time. Hair grows up, we mow it down, it falls out, turns different colors, right? I mean, everything's changing. Even the thoughts you have about this changing body is changing. Even the perceptions of the memories that can't really change supposedly are changing, you see? What changes is temporary, and what is temporary is a temporary expression of this infinite awareness, but it is not awareness itself. Awareness is what witnesses. Awareness is what's aware. And the reason I'm saying this in this way is because part of the dilemma of the spiritual path, and this is not something that's really spoken about too much, but I kind of figured this out this week because I was working in some individual sessions and I came to this conclusion by seeing this, tuning in intuitively into someone's subconscious mind a couple times and going, oh, that hasn't been seen. And in a few people it was the same way, and I went, oh my God, this is a universal thing that hasn't been talked about. And what it is that there's an assumption that attention belongs to the mind. There's a belief, not conscious, that attention belongs to the mind. Which is why, to the perspective of this mind, whatever it does not like, it tries to not pay attention to. You see? But attention doesn't belong to a mind. Attention is awareness. Therefore, wherever you place your attention, awareness meets itself. This body is a manifestation of attention. And wherever it guides its attention to other manifestations, the awareness that is no particular manifestation meets itself. You see? Form meets form, awareness is itself all at the same time. So the question is, what's paying attention to what you pay attention to? What listens? What actually thinks? What speaks? Only what's aware. Not you. Meaning, you are not the body. That's a temporary you. That's the imagined self, not the immortal self, not the infinite self, not the inconceivable self. The inconceivable self is the fragrance in whose presence flowers appear to unfold and blossom. And again, you are that. Just being aware, but usually have so many ideas about what we're aware of. We're just aware of our ideas, and then we're emotionally just experiencing the awareness of our ideas. We're not just aware of awareness. Awareness does not belong to mind. Awareness, or attention, is itself. I'll even speak about and even say that the mind is not the interpreter of awareness. The mind is not the interpreter of attention. Right? You see something, you think the mind is interpreting what you see. No. When you see clearly, you will see just by closing your eyes and just going, okay, there's only attention. What's paying attention to attention? Attention. It can be very simple. You have to see it for yourself. The mind does not interpret attention. The mind is an interpretation of attention. So the mind can't ever understand awareness because the mind is awareness's creation. And everything arising in mind, thoughts, assumptions, all this kind of stuff, are just like the bubbles floating up from the ocean, within the ocean. The bubble can't figure out the ocean. The bubble is an impermanent temporary experience, and we all think we're these bubbles trying to figure out the ocean. And we're calling that scholarly, you see? You're the ocean from which it all arises and subsides. The mind can't ever interpret awareness. It can't interpret attention. It can only project its ideas onto attention in awareness. And then you're condemned to emotionally only experience those ideas and thoughts. And therefore, everything you think, only you're going to be the one that agrees, at the very least. Because you'll know what it feels like to live in such a place. When no one's there, and you're there, no one's saying no to that. Because awareness is itself. Therefore, attention must be drawn into the heart to see what really is true about experiences. Something upsets you? What's it like to be upset? Where do you feel in your body? What happens? What fireworks go off in your body? Just pay attention to this experience and get to know it. I feel it here, and then I go in, and I go inside the center, and then what? 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 Perhaps you get to a space where nothing's there. It just becomes nothing. Then it's just nothing. But in the nothing, there's awareness that's aware of the nothing, isn't there? So perhaps there's nothing but awareness in that space. And perhaps in that space you realize that this is the space that everything is. Just being perceived through a psychological history of assumptions that this mind supposedly believes it has created. But this mind is an interpretation of awareness. So who's the real you? Inconceivable, without location, yet ever present and here, always. This can't do it, ever. All you'll have is spiritually based opinions. Or a mind full of quotes that other people said. That if you knew the intention of the one speaking was to point you to the experience of what these words feel like when you become them, not what happens when you remember them. When you remember them, they're useless. They're worthless. They're audible sounds that disappear as quickly as they come. Right? The moans and drones of organized logic. Because it's all about what you feel, and none of it's wrong. But don't think about what you feel. Feel what you feel. Just be aware, because awareness is aware. The question is awareness having a problem with this feeling, or is it just aware? Is awareness having a problem with this thought, or is it just aware?
Or the language used.
Or the language used. Or the language anyone uses. Who has the problem? The idea or the awareness of the idea? And again, if you take away the idea of distance and location, awareness doesn't have to be an observer separate from the experience. Again, no separation means no separation. Right? So the fact you think that you're in the body is a perception of experience, but it's not a wrong one. Perhaps awareness is aware within itself. So why are we trying to climb to the top of a mountain to look down on our world to feel free from it? And then someone mysteriously pushes you off the cliff and you fall back into the world you tried to escape, you see. What's aware is aware within itself. There is but one eternal witness, witnessing itself as itself. Individually, collectively, simultaneously.